Greetings Samurai, FiOth here, and in today's vid we're gonna explain the very impressive farming method that you just witnessed. So I was scratching my head trying to find out how to make a quick run of a mission possible, letting as much Amrita but also as much gear as possible. Now many tend to farm the final mission of the game, the final boss that is, but the problem with the final boss is twofold. First, if you go to shrine here, you cannot receive a Kodama blessing because there are no Kodama, so you miss out either on 25% Amrita gains or 5% equipment drop rates. That takes the usage of the Kodama bow out of the question. It will be useless to you if you try to utilize it in such a fashion. So we're missing out on a very good chunk of chance of getting gear and a ton of Amrita, like 25% improved Amrita gains is like every 4 times you run the mission, it's like you run it a fifth if you have plus 25%. So it's a very big chunk of Amrita loss and equipment loss. So I was trying to find an alternative to that, and my solution is this. You go to Dream, this will have to be New Game Plus, End Game, everything cleared more or less. You can start farming before you clear everything, but you might be missing out on some of the gear that we will need to make this happen quickly and effectively. So the mission we want is this one, the Dream's End. It's a 209 mission, and in this there will be a series of battles that you will have to fight. It's really 3 big battles and 2 corridors that you will have to go through very quickly. As you saw, I ended up killing the boss by the end with 20 million Amrita more or less, and that is before the bonus you get for completing the mission. Now, as you probably also saw, I wasn't doing this alone. It will go much faster with a friend, so you should be using Torigate. In Torigate you can find people randomly, or you can create a room with your friends via an expedition, and this way you can optimize this process. Now this process is based on a number of factors. First and foremost, we have to be aware of what we are using. Now I am using my Genma build that I posted yesterday. You can find a link to the description below. It's a bit altered for optimization. Your main weapon doesn't matter, but this is very important. You need to have the unifier of the warring stage dual blades that drop from Spoilers Tokichiro in his final form. It gives you life, but it gives you equipment drop rate and increased luck when you absorb Amrita, and you will be absorbing Amrita all the time because we will be using extraction talisman. So you want this, and you also want a piece of the armor and the Yasakani Magatama, so with these 2 pieces you're getting the 3-piece bonus. You also want a Kodama bowl, and whatever you are running, it doesn't really matter. Make a build that's viable and is strong so you can go through the critters as fast as possible. So you get the Yasakani Magatama here. Put on a couple of perks that will increase your gains, like equipment drop rate, for example, that I'm using here, but this is an optimization piece. You want to have a good Yasakani, so don't destroy your Yasakani just to improve your farming method. Use a Yasakani the way you have it rolled. But the second item should be a gourd. Now a gourd will give you 1.9% more Amrita, 4.9 more equipment drop rate, 3.9 item drop rate, 24 luck, and 2.9 soul core drop rate if you temper it to perfection like I did here. Now this gourd is very good for this run because, as I said, It will boost pretty much everything. It's really light. Don't miss out the chance to get one of these and temper it and make it the way you need it. Now when it comes to our items, we want Saisetsu Shin's Sake. We will be using 3 or 4 pieces of this, and you also get back one per mission in one of the rooms. It's a de facto pickup, so you will always be getting one back. Very good for your long-term economy. You want Pleiades Talisman, at least 2 of those. You want Extraction Talisman, 3 of these, because we really want to be getting Amrita throughout to activate our improved luck. You want Archeokai Talisman. That is good because it will give you more anima, and anima will help you get through the battles faster. Sloth, Weakness and Carnage to improve your combat efficiency. And here Protection, Quick Change, and the Sneak Thief is from another build. It will not help you in this one unless you want to run past the 2 corridors without fighting the enemies there. Just an added thing. So for our Guardian Spirit, we want Ninetales here as our primary Guardian Spirit, and we want it loaded with Ryomen Sukuna, very good offensive core that can deal out a ton of damage and cause confusion. Otakemaru for heavy damage on groups and on the boss. This will eat up the boss, guys. It's ridiculous how much damage this thing does if you spec it correctly. And I put a Scampus here because it gives me equipment drop rate, Amrita, gauge, charge, and anima charge enhanced. Now for our secondary Guardian Spirit, I'm gonna go to Shrine. You want Shobishin, and you want this because as a secondary Guardian Spirit it gives you Yokai ability damage brute, that is the Sukuna, the first one we have. 9% is a lot, and it also gives you 5% fire damage, and 5% fire damage is both of Ryomen Sukuna's attack and Otakemaru's. One of 3 elements is also fire. This will be very powerful, and if you're running a fire weapon or if you're running fire onmyo, it will help you out tremendously. Now to complete our setup, go to make an offering in this region in Dream, receive Kodama Blessing, and put it on Oracle to have a shitload of Amrita gains, or put it on Samurai to get more gear. This will supplement your already good chances of having well-rolled gear here. This can be improved. I can put equipment on it as well, but I am focusing on my main stuff now. I'm not wasting materials at the moment, optimizing the secondary, so there you have it. Equipment drop rate, equipment drop rate, equipment drop rate, and here I could also put equipment drop rate as I said, but this is combat oriented. I didn't swap anything up just for this. Farmland, you can have equipment drop rate of everything, you can have Amrita gains on everything. This can go beyond rational, like you can go upwards from maybe 22 mil. You can go real crazy with this stuff, but as you see it here, and as it was proven by the beginning of the vid, 20 million more or less per run is very important. Something that has to be stated about the sake is that you will have to avoid dying. You must never use a shrine throughout the mission, and you have to keep it going by drinking another bottle before the first or the previous one expires. So when you see like a sliver left on your little thumbnail below your health bar, pop another one, and this way you can keep it going. You will need to keep it going until you absorb the Amrita from the final boss. This is because it works as a multiplier. It states, temporarily increasing the amount of Amrita you acquire. The more enemies you defeat, the stronger the effect grows. So you need to build that multiplier all the way to the final boss to get the big chunk at the end. And that's a huge chunk, as you could probably see. I will let the whole thing play for you. One final note about Ninetales. Ninetales states that it increases your luck by 70. That is huge. Huge. Like with this build that I'm running, it is a pretty well spec'd build. I have 88 luck. It almost doubles my luck by just having it on and being transformed when I defeat the final boss. So when you're at the final boss and it's about to go down, pop your shift, just kill it whilst you're in your shift, and it will rain divines. It will be awesome, guys. You have to expect a lot of divines up to +3 from Dream of the Strong. Well, the only hard mode we have during the making of this vid. And as I said, 20 million Amrita. So I will leave the whole thing to play afterwards. I'm not gonna leave the whole run so you can see how much it takes. Sub, like, and share if you found this useful, guys. I'm covering everything in Neo 2. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers.
やるよ